Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Dawn. I currently live in South Texas, but I was born and raised in New England. And I'm trying something new. Um, I was laid off in May of this year due to the pandemic, and since then I've been trying to examine my life and figure out who I am, who I want to be, that kind of thing. And I don't know if anyone's going to want to listen to me talk about this stuff, but I'm going to do it anyway because it seems like fun. Having so much free time on my hands, I've been thinking a lot about the past and not dwelling on it, just reminiscing. And I have so many stories that I want to tell. And I think there's something so special about oral storytelling. When someone's talking to you, you hear the emotion and the enthusiasm, and it just kind of pulls you in. And I think that's amazing. So I just want to talk to you. When I was a kid, I'm told that I never shut up. I was constantly talking about something. And I was that person that would tell a story with excruciating detail because everything was important. As I got older, and after years of being told to get to the point, I became painfully shy. By high school, I barely spoke to anyone I didn't know, and some people I did know. Just thinking about talking to people gave me such anxiety. And disclaimer, no hate to anyone who told me to get to the point or whatever, or, stop talking so much. I get it. No judgment, no hate. I understand. Hearing this constantly from a child can be exhausting. So I understand. Moving on. Just before I turned 20, I met a guy on a blind double date. After about an hour of barely being able to get out a few words, he was convinced I didn't like him. We went to a movie, and right before it started, my friend turned to me and said, "He thinks you hate him. Turn around and talk to him. You have 60 seconds before the movie starts. Just say anything. You can talk for 60 seconds. It's not going to kill you." So I turned around, shaking, and what came out was, "So what's up?" Genius. But it started a conversation, and I explained the shyness and the anxiety, and I assured him that I was indeed having a good time, as hard as it was to tell. Now, it's been 14 years since that date, and we have been married for 8. He dragged me kicking and screaming out of my shell. He made me feel comfortable in my own skin, and he made me love who I am and not who I thought I had to be for other people. He is truly the best thing that's ever happened to me. So shout out to my husband. He's awesome. Now, after many years of learning about myself and getting older, I've come to the conclusion that I don't have to care what other people think about me. And if you're a shy person, that is incredibly powerful to realize. And it's very hard to realize. So I'm just going to be me and tell my stories, and we'll see how it goes. I'm also going to be doing little projects as I'm talking. I have a lot of hobbies, so I'm going to be sharing that with you. Little visual art, little storytelling. It's going to be awesome, I promise. Fair warning, some of these stories are going to be a little graphic. If you don't know me, I am incredibly accident prone, and some of my better stories include injuries that I've sustained. I will put a warning on any video that contains triggers. The last thing I want to do is trigger someone's anxiety. Also, some of the stories I'm going to be talking about are still very painful for me. But I'm going to talk about them anyway. These stories are my life, and they're the reason I am who I am today. So they're important to me. That being said, obligatory YouTube stuff. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see and if you want to see more of these videos, and I would be really appreciative. I hope you are all staying safe and healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye.